That's a fair question. Thank you for asking. Well, Brenda, I'm not family, and it's probably not a good idea to go to the hospital with someone unless you're actually there to actually, help bring them there, bring them home. And then plus with these stupid COVID rules, you got to be in there, and they don't want you to be in there if you're not a direct family member, even if you're just going in there for regular things. Yeah, that's all we can do now is pray for Brian and check on, because if they take him to the emergency room in an ambulance, then it's definitely not something I can ride along with or anything like that. I can just hope for the best. Thanks for joining me back. Sorry I had to abruptly end that last call. I got a call from Mother, and she wanted to talk, and so I had to talk. This is my phone I use, and Prism doesn't allow me to switch over to a phone call and mute, so I had to end the stream quick and talk to her. It was good because there was something like a big story that Dad wanted to talk about, and so I had to let them talk. Exactly. See, like Chris, like you said, someone who's actually a nurse or a medical provider is the one that should be with him. I don't know if he went to the hospital. It's from what you guys, if you were listening, and if you were, if you're getting your information from the other chats, you better be careful because you might not have the full information. The full information was what I was listening to on the CB as we were writing back. And that's the latest information everybody knows. So if you were listening to the CB as I was, so there was a nurse who met him here right as soon as we pulled up. So and that was by his request. He weighed the options and what he wanted to do, and that was what he wanted. He wanted to meet someone here and either deal with a paramedic or someone on here at camp. He didn't want to go to a hospital or call 911 and get transported from where we were at. Well, now, Chris, this is like I said, you can't argue with what the man wants, the person wants, man or woman. Can't argue with what they want. That was what he wanted. Did he walk to the ambulance? Well, that's good, because I didn't see that. That's good. That's right. That's right, Lala. He wanted to go to camp. Yeah, I don't know. Nowadays with this crazy COVID world and all kinds of inflation, well, no matter what you do, you're dealing with the hospital, it's going to be expensive. It don't matter if you drive yourself in or you get picked up by the ambulance. It's going to be expensive. Yeah, even and that's a fair thing to think. Say, Miriam, it may be dehydration. The thing is my mother, she's not as old as Brian is. but she's in her 70s. She just turned 72. And even if she's just dehydrated, boy, we worry about her when things like that happen. If she's tired or she gets too dehydrated, it takes them a long time to bounce back. And my mom's a strong woman. She can run. She goes to the gym every day, twice a day. Like I said, I spoke with him right before we were leaving. So he was talking, but he says, he goes, I think I would like to just do nothing for the next couple of days. Hey, I had a rough time keeping myself from getting dehydrated today. Being in that heat, sun. Poor Rose, she saw I had the chair. She goes, "May I use that?" And I was like, "Sure, you deserve it." That's right. Good idea, Miriam. Good idea is to use prayer. Dolly, he walked back in with dizziness and headaches. Used to Texas heat? I don't know about that. I don't know if that's normal. That night that I stayed in the car before I met Bryant that morning, it was Monday morning at 9. Dude, that was a hot night. That was so freaking hot. Oh, look. Travel Drunk 69 is live. He's always drinking. He's a fish, and he never sleeps. Those clubs that Travel Drunk 69 goes to, they all play the same music. I don't mean the same songs, but it all sounds the same. I'm at camp. The convoy, they were all proud of and admiring the convoy. I think it was about 40 vehicles. I know, right, Dolly? That guy, he is got fun to spare. Maybe I should shave my head like he does. And do bar videos like he does. And sing karaoke. Sing karaoke. Oh, there's mods coming. There's even more mods coming. I met one today. You guys are being good, though. I thank you. Thank you for joining. Patricia, that is a viable I would say you have the right to say that, and it's nice that you came out and mentioned that you feel that some places, I guess, you get timed out for things you say. I've been timed out by things that I say. Yeah, Bryant's very wise. He's the one who decided to have somebody else drive his truck, and that was before he even they had the physical difficulties, because I was there with him, and he even reached out to Big D and says, "Hey," he goes, "I need a driver." Much calmer. Is it much calmer? And I'm sorry that it didn't save the live chat back from camp, because that's what I wanted to do, is sit here and go over it. But then Maz and Paz called and they wanted to talk, so I had to quickly end the stream. So Tanya, it was it pretty wild? I think I saw somebody say back and forth, is that what you think? Are you happy with what you said? And I didn't have time to read. Well, you're right, censorship. But if you were listening to Santa's speeches, and you must have been, because there were 10 other streamers streaming them, and that was what they were topics that I think Santa touched on and somebody else did. He goes, just because you have freedom of speech doesn't mean you can sit there and say everything that comes out of your mouth like vomit. No, you have to have a filter, and it has to, I don't know, I remember, who was it that said it? They said, when you use free speech, you know what, it's too late, I had a long day. But the way they framed it is that, no, Princess of Dairy Queen, free speech is not free speech. Free speech is freedom of speech. But when you start in the presence of someone and you start saying things, I got it. It's like, this is what Santa said. He says, does that mean, no, this is what that speaker said. He goes, does that mean, if I blare my horn and I can blare it whenever I want? However, when the other person, that ain't us. That isn't our camp. However, if another person also has the right to say, hey, can you tone it down? Can you not, blare your horn so loud? They have that freedom too. They have that right. So, if you want to be civil and then appease to their and then one of my good friends is listening in the chat, and he says, yeah, freedom of speech also has consequences. But that's also, the consequences also come from our government. I mean, it's like we used to joke years ago and say, when American was talking to a Russian and says, you know, back in America we have free speech, and the Russian goes, well, over here in Soviet Russia we have free speech too. And then the American goes, yeah, okay, but over in here in America, we also have freedom after speech, which is more important. So, yeah, you do have freedom of speech, but the thing is if you say something, you're free to speak it, but that doesn't mean you're off of the hook if the other person has, you know, you make the other person angry, and you make them angry enough, and they come over and, well, if you're inciting them and pushing them to the point where they come over and punch you for it, well, that's not automatically going to be assault and battery. There's also kind of, you know, an incitement, and that's going to be taken into account. Granted, to my friend, I will tell him that doesn't excuse assault and battery. If you're the first person to throw the punch and you actually land that punch, well, then you better be prepared to go to jail, because that's what you're going to get charged for, and as you should. It's just that the mitigating circumstances are if the other person was, there's a name for it. It's not instigating. The other person was, you know, verbally abusing you. That's not right. No, it's not called butt hurt. It's called verbal abuse. And you can't get away with it in the workplace, and you should. Princess of Dairy Queen, again, do you believe in QAnon? Who are you asking? Sarah, who are you talking to exactly, party boy? I didn't see an @ sign on there. Who are you talking about, sick man? Who is Dog Mom, Princess of Dairy Queen? I didn't see anybody in this chat named Dog Mom. Oh. Yeah, nobody was trashing Bryant. Oh, German Shepherd Mom. Nobody's trashing Bryant. That's okay. I see now. The chat moved along pretty fast, so I didn't get a chance to read it. I'm looking from the small phone. Travel drunk 69. They're always eating like these big heavy meals and then they drink. It's kind of funny is because usually like I watch whoever he's with, sometimes they get so drunk that they're like face down on the table. He reads his chat too. He says, I'm not drunk. It may be a possibility. Dude, I don't know. It's going to be a long. I don't know, as far as Bryant goes, it's going to be a long night. You did, Breezy? Okay, that's good. He's walking around? Okay, that's good. Well, I think he needs to go straight away and lay down. That was so funny. That was so funny. Since you mentioned Joe Biden, Shane, I heard a joke on my radio station, my favorite radio station this morning. So, recent polls came out and showed that administration approval ratings have dropped to an all-time low. Joe Biden was dazed and confused. And then he heard about the polls. Well, I don't know why you would call that a hat trick. The other two, he legitimately died. He was legitimately dead. Tonight, it's one of those things where, he's fatigued, which is very concerning for a man of his age and the medical conditions that he has. I wouldn't call that a hat trick. It's not the same thing. No, they won't. They won't try to get him to speak at the morning meeting, Sarah. I don't know why you're saying that, gambler. Bryant is where he wants to be, Lisa. That pretty much everybody can agree. Oh, we'll get some mods. I met another one today. Wow. Princess of Dairy Queen, if you say that, why do you even watch Oreo then? You don't. Sounds like you don't like it. Why would you watch Oreo? Tanya Smith, that was a pretty sarcastic remark. You should be careful about such sarcasm. Yeah, Brand's got enough people who love him and care about him. Jeez, my parents should be so lucky. They gotta take care of themselves. Liquid IV. Do they sell it at Walmart? Are you sure? Is that the real stuff, LB? Because I'd heard Liquid IV is expensive. Jack here, candies. Extremists suck. Who's extremist? I don't see any extremists in here. Yeah, I didn't think it'd be real IV. Real IV is like, what, $1,000 a bag? But Princess Diaper, his grifting is very impressive. Who's grifting? Yeah, well, Patricia, I mean, who's it for you to say if somebody drives 13 hours? I mean, if he's 90 years old or 30 years old, I think you'd say the same thing. It's up to the person, really. If they want to drive 13 hours, it's their business. Oreo's an extremist. Oreo and an adulterer. That's none of your business. Who has a clown show, Lolo? I don't see any extremists in here. I see people who are trying to test their limits, and but what I also see in here is a lot of people who are, you know, trying to get out their thoughts of today, what's going on. Why would you call somebody a noob, Lolo? How long have you been on YouTube? Have you seen how old my channel is? How old is yours? And that's what the mods will do, Mrs. C. When the mods come on, they'll be like, hey, quiet down. They don't talk about other streamers. I like talking about other streamers because I admire them. I'm not going to sit here and talk smack about them. Like Mr. Wiz, you know, WYSIWYG. I admire the shit out of his stuff. Oh, and introduced myself today. He didn't talk to me that much. Oreo is the only one. Oreo is the main live streamer who's talked to me a lot, and every time I pass by him, he always shakes my hand. He's been a gentleman and a scholar towards me. So, you know, if you guys see some kind of issues with him, well, I can't see it personally after meeting the person. That's why y'all should come out here, and then you can all see for yourselves how these people are, instead of sitting in front of your computers in judgment.
I'll be back. See you guys later.
Safe travels. What did you say, Princess of Dairy Queen? Look into his bankruptcies? Why would anybody look into somebody's bankruptcies? Listen to that. Lolo. Look at this Lolo. Wizzy's a failed creepy grip who will probably never work in Hollywood again. And then now this last comment, you said Lolo worm. Now that's an insult. And if a mod were here, I would definitely agree for the deletion of that comment. Public records. Who cares? Everybody's got public records. What kind of public records do you have, Princess of Dairy Queen? White vans matter. As a matter of fact, I'm going to help him work out on that white van tomorrow. We'll sort that shit out. Oh my God. No, Dolly, I don't feel bad at all. You know, I mean, it's just like Santa. I'm not going to sit there and walk up to Santa and expect him to give me a hug and shake my hand, pat me on the back, say, I'm so glad you came out from Cali. This is exactly what we need. Blah, 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 this and that. But he did sit down and talk to me and ask me some questions, you know, and ask a little more about who I am, and that felt good. Because Santa vets everybody. Everybody who's in his camp, he knows what's going on. It's, of course, it's small enough to the point where he can do that. You know, if we grow, I could see where, well, he's going to have his lieutenants start vetting. But right now, he's got the ability and the luxury to do that. Just like me and my team, I still have the luxury to actually reach out to them on, you know, like a quarterly basis and do a catch-up with them. Even my manager doesn't have time to do that with me. I think he did that with me 2 years ago. Hadn't done it since. Alright, but I digest. Let's get back to the chat. This chat's starting to move fast, folks. Let's go by, what did you just say? Hossy B. You seen him go head to head with a girl today? Was it that girl with the purple hair and the dress and the rainbow flag? I know, right? Happy Father's Day, Bryant. That's one thing. Thank you for reminding me about that. Whose stream, Sarah? Who are you listening to? You can't have 2 bankruptcies in 2 years. Not the same. You can have a chapter 7 and a chapter 13. Or I think you can have 11 if you got a business, but you can't have 2 bankruptcies in 2 years. And it's none of your business if somebody has a bankruptcy. You can have bankruptcies all the time. It's your right. nothing illegal about having a bankruptcy. I don't want to hear what do you want me to tell you about Big D? Big D is one of the few people who does give me fist bumps and recognize me as he walks by. In my book, that's not somebody to talk smack about. Sarah, this camp is basically full of alpha males. That's the way they are. That's the way they interact. So it's not just Oreo. It's everybody else. That's the way they act. That's the way alphas do when they get together. They criticize, they argue, they work it out, they form teams. It's no big deal. No, they're not, T. Jennings. Bankruptcies are your right. I say that because, and with full disclosure that I've had 2 in my life. And when you need them, that's your right under code to go ahead and do them. I know, where's my mods? Actually, I've got 4 already. They probably sleep at poor mods, they probably work all day. They probably work all day at other streams. They don't have time for my little weekly stream. Oh, I've been following for very long, Sarah. Ever since Adelanto. One of my good friends from out in Malibu. I'd been following it when it was organizing and they were getting ready for Adelanto, and nobody knew where it was going to actually leave from. And then, word came out and social media was kind of hush-hush. And then finally we heard it was leaving Adelanto, and the same day my friend goes like, hey, we're going up to Adelanto. You want to ride with us? It's like, I can't go to work. He's like, all right, well, we got an extra seat in case you want to go. And I was like, I can't, got work. So I gave him like $50. I was like, here, give it to the drivers, and it's hard, it's peanuts to them, but some money that I could give. It was all the cash in my pocket. And I was like, here, give that to them. They deserve it. Because what they're doing is they're fighting for our freedoms. And this was, February? When they left? So yeah, I would say I've been following it for quite a long time. I don't know why you say that. I don't know why you say this movement is self-destructing. There you go, rolling edge. Why don't you private eyes, you people worried about public records, start working at people at the White House and actually put your skills to good use. Zing. Ooh. No, it's not cheating the system. You rode with me from OK to West Virginia. That was a wild ride, huh? Especially there were them potholes. Kaboom, kaboom. People say, oh, your wheels suck. It's like, nah, dude. If you were there, you saw the stream. You saw how bad those were. Hey, behind $30,000 in house payments, that's not anything to joke about. No, public records aren't any of your business unless you actually have dealings with the person. Then they're your business. If you want to just dig up shit on people and you got reason to, I guess. You say he sucks at vetting. I say you haven't ever had any experience at vetting. Good point there, Princess of Dairy Queen. Yeah. And watch your language. Don't say that word. The reason I say that is because YouTube don't like that word. Well, good for him, Sarah. That doesn't make sense, Princess of Dairy Queen. His wife was with him like last week. He sent her home on a plane. Yeah, somebody. Yeah, exactly. See, Sarah, not like I jumped. I found out about this thing and jumped on board and said, I'm gonna stream. I'm gonna monetize my channel. I'm gonna get donations. No, this movement is important to me. No, gambler. Max Flower, that's what the Bible says. He who's without sin shall cast the first stone. So there's nobody here in this chat who can cast those stones. Was he asked you for what? Princess of Dairy Queen, there's not a lot of things that are. There's a lot of things that are not very moral. Probably cheating on taxes too. Would you swear on the Bible that you've never cheated on taxes? Yeah, I doubt you could. That's not moral either. I know, David. I've got some mods. I don't know. Obviously they're probably asleep tonight. It's late. It's 12:10 in the morning. Yes, Sarah. And if you were listening, paying attention to the speeches today, you would have heard that they said, "Look, nobody here is perfect. Nobody here at that rally, is without corruption." And that's the point. That's the point of our government. That's the point of the Constitution. The Constitution is there, and it's not a government of people over us. It's a government of the Constitution over us. Whereas the world would think otherwise and make you think that these are leaders and they're supposed to decide what's best for us. No, they don't decide at all. It's already been decided. Our rights are there. Whatever, Sarah. Who do you think interprets the Constitution? You and me, the people. Like if you were listening to what they were talking about, yes, we all have the power. Who is in charge? Not the president. It's not your governor. Us. We're in charge. That's right, Paul. They work for us. If you don't think so, you've been brainwashed. Who said it? Who said anything about gay? Well, I don't see anything about that. Okay, Princess Dairy Queen, if the court does, not us, keep living in the fairy tale land. Okay, so how come your executive in chief keeps ignoring what the court says and ignoring the Supreme Court, ignoring Circuit Court, and his administration continues to blindly say that it doesn't matter what the Supreme Court says? We recommend you keep on keep immunizing yourself and all doing this. We don't care. The Circuit Court rules that it's not that we're not allowed to mandate it. So yeah, you keep thinking that. If that's what you say, then the administration is committing treason. Now you guys are mentioning Alex Glasgow. I don't even want to talk about Alex. Oh, the sheriff is very powerful. The sheriff, constitutional enforcer, legal enforcer. Everybody else is, police chief, FBI. They're all administrative, all appointed by politicians. Wow. He's in the main tent. Thanks, T. Jennings. I'll go learn about bills and all that good stuff and go watch Schoolhouse Rock. Yeah, everyone has skeletons in their closet. That's right, Audrey. No one's perfect. But some of these people in chat seem to think that they're above them and that they are perfect and they have the right to judge. I don't know about Jack, I don't know what to say about Antifa because I'm not the type of person who likes to hurt people and disrupt people. So I don't even know how they operate. There is a book out there about, and I'd remembered this book was out when I was in, I don't know, like junior high. You know, the Anarchist Cookbook. And from what I gather, that thing has been like, you know, it's the thing that they require all those Antifa people to read. DC, yeah. Wow, see now, gambler, now you turned insulting. See, and that would get you booted. And John Rule, you would probably get booted just a little bit, just on the side too, just because you agreed with him. I know, and that's what, and this is why the chat, you know, will get mods. They're coming. They're coming. 'Look at this guy, Travel Drunk 69. He's still going. That's good to hear, the real PJ. He is okay. $84 people, wow. This, it's been jumping up. What happened? Did some of the other live streamers just go to sleep? Wow. One girl with Travel Drunk 69. She's just hanging next to him. In his chat, they're all talking about Bitcoin and all this garbage and whales. How boring, eh? Glad you guys are talking about stuff that's halfway interesting. You can't handle the truth. Yeah, happy evening. Thank you. Blessings to everybody, too. Ellen. Well, that's good, the real PJ. The mods will come. They will be here soon. In fact, since Oreo's chats ended, those other two mods, they might come on over here. No, John Rule, you can't have any crackers to go with this cheese, but you can have more cheese to go with your wine. I'm gonna bring in the mods from Friday. Dobby, I'm alright. How are you? Have you ever tried it, Max Flower? You ever tried being a convoy? Gotta tell you, it's one of life's funnest experiences. I can say that I've done it. Yeah, she is one of my mods, David. No, Patricia, I don't go home. I stay here. What are you gonna do about it?
But yeah, this was the full moon the other night. Oh, and a link to this is go to her website. Had in a while. I would have put some. In this case, what you do is you take the placemat out of your truck. This is what you do if you're in this situation, and you drape the placemat, the floor mat, over that cable, like in midway, like halfway. The more, the better. So if that cable's
Okay, Dobby, I guess
slow down the velocity of that cable, because
you came at me with deception, and I thought you came to me with friendship. Now we know your true colors.
But yeah, for a second there, I thought the wind was going to stall out or the cable was going to break. That tractor is heavy. That's an 830. That's the biggest two-cylinder diesel that John Deere ever made. It's a Poppin' Johnny. The guy that owned it before my dad bought it.
Pay you to sit and not work? Okay, Princess of Dairy Queen, if you can manage that, more power to you.
You couldn't have put it in reverse and used the starter.
I have no power over you. Well, I can block you right now, but I won't. My mods will.
No suit for you. No, the starter barely pulls over the.
I can ban you if I want, but I don't want to. Plus, I don't know how.
You know, if I have footage of them taking the 4640, don't have it on my phone. But alright, what's coming up next here? Hey, what's happening? Juniper's in the chat room. Big shout out to Juniper. Yeah, Juniper, I'm testing out my new system here. I still have my regular studio.
Yeah, man, Fry TV's mods are badass. I watched them in action one night. They were laying down the law. No, you don't, Roland Ange. You gotta copy their, you gotta hunt them down and then copy their entire URL and then add it into the community page. It's not that easy. You gotta make sure you got the right one, because there's so many people out there who are like spoofing names and whatnot. No, you don't just click on their name.
So yeah, this is just going to be a quick test period.
Why would I be angry? People who say that are angry. Patricia, did you know that? he no longer streams because the Convoy kind of wasn't significant enough for his time. I mean, he's like me, you know. He spent so much time in the Convoy, and then those bastards at TPC imploded it. You know, they really took the fight out of everybody, and they shall pay for it when their judgment comes. But that's none of our business. We must continue on.
Why did you buy all those cats? You know, that's skinny people's house. The cats just showed up. I didn't buy any cats.
Nobody? Seems like a lot of people were joining it today, Princess.
Yeah, here's the cat fall through. And he forced out of it pretty good.
I don't know. Dr. Justice, quit asking that. You already asked that before.
This video is probably 10 years old.
Are you sure about that, Gambler? I'm pretty sure they were asking for donations.
So yeah, if you want to fix your issues, any kind of issues, start cutting out sugar and oil, any processed oil, any vegetable oil, any of that stuff, anything that's refined, get it out. Oils are bad. Can't trust them. So just think in your mind that all oils are bad, and you'll be better off. Because the vegetable oils are hardening people's arteries, they cause them all kinds of issues. That's funny. Alright, so here's a slow motion part. So the cat falls through.
I'm going to find these people, and I'm going to bring them on, and they're going to lay down the law. Why, Jack? Are you jealous? Jealous that you don't have the ability to start your own movement? That's what that statement looks like to me. Of course, you don't have any values, any stated values, so why would you even do that? Chat manatees? Pretty much. The mods are going to come in and they're going to institute order. Only because we let people, we let a free platform go out there, and then people just, they just get disrespectful. It'll be fine. Everything is going to be fine. Jack here, how many decades? Patricia, that's what people have been, they've been threatening me for all week. If you bring in the mods, they will end this stream. And the more people complain and scream about that, the more I think that they're actually scared of it. They're the ones that are scared of the mods. Dr. Justice for All, you obviously haven't been paying attention to any of the streams. You're clearly here to just instigate. Well, tonight is only basically to hash you guys out, because obviously you have things to say. Obviously you can't go to sleep, or otherwise you wouldn't be here. Listen, I've been watching these streams just like you, day in and day out. Just because I wasn't here the whole friggin' year while this stuff was going on between.
Hey, Tony, you have a good night. You be careful.
Between Adelanto into DC, and then back out to California, and then up to Olympia, and then out west back to Hagerstown, and then where TPC ended, and then now what we have is the rebirth of and you know, kind of like the skin being shed from, you know, the worm, and then the butterfly comes out as 1776 restoration movement. The pure form of what we're trying to fight is actually being allowed to grow, and growth takes time. It's like Santa said, you know, in his inaugural post, you know, when they asked him to lead them, you know, he's like, look, what you're asking for, it takes organization, it takes structure, and that takes time. Buffalo Man 11. I don't know what church they're going to, yo. Okay, Princess of Dairy Queen, stop writing in caps. You're yelling. Okay, now's your second warning, Princess of Dairy Queen. Stop writing in caps. Yeah, I've got more skin in the game than most of y'all. Some of y'all actually been here and talked, you know, came here. The rest of you don't even know what you're talking about. I'm sitting here right on the screen, ready to add these mods. I can tell they're just chomping at the bit. Says, God, just add me. God, I'll come in here and I'll clean up shop. Thank you for stop writing in caps, Princess. Gambler, that is definitely not contributing to discussion. There's your first warning. Stop doing that. Don't do that. Oh, the heady days of the Convoy. Man, I miss them. I know y'all miss them too. Otherwise you wouldn't be here. We were talking about that. I was talking about that with people out on the street up there in Berkeley Springs. Yeah, man. Dorina, I miss Saznak too and his funny stuff. He's still in there. I mean, he still streams.
Moderators are going to hide somebody, and I'll read the message. And yeah, so we're clearing some things up here.
You already heard the status, Patricia.
That was in fault. It was
if you don't, go back in the chat, or go back in time.
It's my bad, and I'm fixing it. So yeah, so if somebody says something, it will be hidden. Sorry, it will be put.
What about Fry?
Breaks one of the 3 rules of the channel, and then I will make the decision whether to ban them or not. And so far today, I have banned nobody with that process. Are you stalking us here?
I was online, I saw you, and I was like, oh, living. Just to say hi.
Yeah, like Bojo Dragon, moderators only time people out now. That's it.
Ever since you started.
Saznak is a good man, Princess of Dairy Queen. You obviously haven't watched that much of the Convoy.
They all have different work schedules, so I have no way of communicating this except for when they're in the chat, when they hear me over the microphone.
Yeah, see,
So
this is
I
what
apologize again.
this is exactly the same problem that Fry has, and Fry's a much bigger streamer than I have.
I'm sorry you were timed out.
I can't sit there and broadcast to the mods,
It's
hey,
probably gonna take about a week
I'm gonna go
to
online,
get
blah blah
mods
blah. They'll either get the notification or they won't.
cleared up. But,
And they have their own
like I said, if you
schedules.
get
Most of
banned
them
while
are
we're in
asleep
chat
by
box,
now.
I'll definitely unban you immediately. So, but I can't take you out of timeout. So, it is what it is. But for the most part, the chat room's been really peaceful today, except for a few bad actors. not even the channel owner can tell if there's
Why,
something in the
Princess
chat
of
or
Dairy
what.
Queen? Are you afraid? You afraid those mods are going to restrict your freedom to offend others? Yes, I know, Alpha Patriot, and yet, and that's exactly what I was going to say to you, 20 minutes ago when you first asked. Something I learned in another chat. They said, when you take a wrench away from somebody, it really does hurt them deeply. So, if I take that wrench away from you, you're going to be mad. Are you prepared for that? Indeed, Jack Herrera. The power of suggestion is very real. Okay, you asked for it. Ooh. Pardon me. God. Can't find your channel. Geez, T. Jennings. You're really a bully, aren't you? Is that what you were when you grew up in school, T. Jennings? Were you a bully? I hate bullies. I'd fight them all the time. I get beat up, but I still fight. Oh well. Oh well. Back to the original mission. I'll figure this stuff out. Back, folks. Gotta start the car for. Make sure the battery doesn't die. So many people can't sleep. How you guys doing tonight? You guys are like my cousins, you know. We sit there at night and everybody gathers together and sits close, and they sit there and all they want to do is argue. It's like, all right, let it begin. Let's do this. Let's sit here. Let's argue. Brian can like whoever he wants. That's the beauty of freedom. Whoa, 1 a.m. I'm going to set a time limit here, maximum of 30 minutes. Then I'm going to turn in, but I might turn in sooner. I don't know, but that's the limit. Why? Why should I ask about Bandit? Is Bandit even in the group? I don't think he's been in the group for a month. Doesn't matter, Alpha. I can't find your page. So either your page isn't searchable in public or it's too new or something. I don't know. I can't find it. Yeah, Lovey Bugs. I'm sure everyone's tired, but these people are still up. There's still people up in camp. Can't sleep. It's a Saturday night. We just got done with a convoy. Some people are wired up, others are tired out. Sarah, you guys. Right there, you said a sexist pronoun or adjective. No, Karen, nobody knows much about that stuff. Everybody knows a lot of conjecture, a lot of accusation. Nobody knows the facts. You certainly don't know them. So, well, why would I ask about that? It's not my business. Here we go. lost my stupid feed. I hate this hotspot. It just reboots itself whenever it feels like. Piece of shit. Piece of shit. You've said that before, T. Jennings. So, stop spamming. Yes. Found one. No. Oops. Cancel. Yes. Come on. Can you find this person? This person got booted. Very naughty. Tried to give you guys some mods in the chat. Help you out. Promise is broken. That's what 1776 RM is all about. Well, there's your boy, Wizzywig. Nice. Save. Alright, who else is in here? I don't see any potential mods in all of this stream here. Are any of y'all mods in any other streamers chat? If you are, I'm interested in adding you. Oh yeah, mechanic here. That's a good idea. Thank you, thank you. Listen to Eric.
Celebrating my birthday now?
Oh,
No, I want to ride my motorcycle and screw around with my mud trucks. I'm kind of hoping one of my friends will have a mudding event right around the 4th of July. That'd be awesome, because then I could just sit here and go mudding on my birthday. I don't know, he seemed pretty confident earlier in the day. I think what really played the factor in is we all sat around dealing with that white van. If we had left, maybe an hour earlier when I originally was going to leave, I think it would have been more likely. I think once it started getting dark, and he's just like, screw it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Bomb City. 5 likes, now it's 173 and 5 likes. It's weird. I don't get it. maybe there's 150 some restreamers restreaming. Who knows? They don't want to like my video. Now, you guys remember, I'm not a professional mechanic anymore. I used to be a professional mechanic. Now I drive dump truck. You know, so the stuff I work on will be just like my mud trucks and maybe some friends' cars here and there. But that's not going to be the majority of my content is not going to be always working on stuff. That's why I'm going to have to find stuff that's going to fill the void, because it's not like I work in a mechanic shop and it can be like, hey, look at what came in today, you know, or this is how we do this, or, you know, I don't have mechanics jobs just rolling in the door every day. The smoke's not bothering you. Yeah, but you can see it's chasing you. It's going that way, but then it's coming this way. It's really weird. I almost want to turn the camera around and put you guys this way so you can see that the flag is pointing that way, but the smoke's going this way. There's such a cross current of wind going across the parking lot versus what's up on that hill where the flag is. And that is why you're not a moderator, SCD, because you just say silly things. I don't know. I'm not tired, no. Oh, wow. Thank you, Blue Velvet. SCP again, step on fire. No. Wow, am I that far back in the chat? I forgot to move the camera and I've been trying to catch up. Oh my god. Freedom Bird's not here. He's up in Buffalo, New York. Just one hell of a fire. Thank you very much. I was talking to other people. Okay, serious. Nope, White Rabbit didn't work.
I can't mod. I've never been a mod, so that's why I don't know.
I don't know. It's
I need other people to do it. I'm just here to create content. Tonight, all I'm doing is giving you guys an opportunity to sew up the night. I'm not ready to go to sleep, so I give you this opportunity to chat with each other civilly.
She was on last night.
We've already talked about what's going on with Bryant. I think he's okay. So, if you're done, just go ahead and log off, and then, you know, I'll try to get back online tomorrow. But if you still want to stay on and chat and talk and interact, that's fine. 10 more minutes and I'm going to go sleep.
I met so many people. I'm bad with names. Oh, what would I like to do for 4th of July, man? I don't know. Yeah. I really, you know, the problem is I've got in the city I live in, there's certain laws, and I bet you money that that's going to be too big, but I don't know. I might push it. I really want to do a really nice fire pit, one big enough you can throw pallets in it. Do a whole brick, and yeah, but the one property I could do that at, my neighbors are dicks. So I got a Karen and a Ken. If I was sitting here doing this live streaming, they'd probably be coming around the corner. Can you just shut up? We're trying to sleep.
I've been there.
Grey Wolf ain't walking anymore. He was just here like 2 days ago telling me about how he's walking. Alright. Well, we'll see what happens. Grey Wolf's supposed to start walking on the 26th, I think he said. Super Salty, where's Agnes? She's at the hotel room with Jeffy making freedom babies. I was going to. I don't know what the hell happened. Agnes kind of came in and they started talking, and I'm like, okay. I was like, well, what the hell? So yeah. And then I just you guys were getting kind of bored, and people started clocking off because they didn't really want to listen to Agnes and Telescope just have a conversation. So I took my mic and we went over by the dunk tank, and I was talking to him, and I was like, well, hey, when do you want to do this interview? And then he's like, well, I'm supposed to have an interview with Santa. Well, then that got canceled, and then all the little drama with the van happened, and I was like, dude, why don't you just come back to the camp? We can do the whole fire thing and, just talk for an hour or something, and with no distractions and whatever, and then he bailed. So, yeah, it just kind of sucks. It is what it is.
I know, right? People always bailing. It's a waste of time.
Oh. White rabbit, white rabbit, white rabbit. I'm going to go on the other side of the fire where I know there's not...
I guess I can't find her anyways, so you guys lucked out. I can't find this mod.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Screw it. You guys are going to get to look at the hill. You guys don't get to see outer space no more. I'm going to... Oh, I know why I'm always on the other side, so that the light's lighting my face. That's why you guys usually get to see this way. I just thought about that. That put me in shadow. Damn it. The sacrifices I make for you guys. Here we go. Changing the furniture for the second time. We did it 3 times last night, I think. This is the second time tonight. This time I won't forget about the camera. You guys can keep me. You don't have to fire me. I swear it's going that way now. Jesus. Jeez Louise, I just can't win. Okay, you guys can go back to your original spot. Ha! Are you kidding me? I swear the smoke just followed you.
Smoke falls ugly.
Oh, boy.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
Also, I can be well lit for you guys. Dying to smoke. Well, thank you guys for jacking the likes up. I appreciate it.
It's God.
Alex is the fire guy. Yeah, I remember Alex.
Yeah, I seen Janine catch up in
I was talking to
Mud
Alex. Is that
Pigs.
what you're telling me, or no, you were asking me about him?
I guys.
Yeah,
But I want that entire mod squad that was in Fry TV's chat that one
Why
time.
we were talking about Alex
Those
Glasgow
guys
again.
are
I apologize.
fearless.
First responder meter is in here. Where is he?
That group needs to get in here and lay down the law.
Hi, Joe.
Well, yeah, this is David. I don't know why you're saying that. Because, yeah, that's what happens when I start. The closer and the more mods I start assigning, the more angry the trolls get and start claiming and crying for free speech. And yet they're the ones who are actually the ones abusing the privilege. Oh, shit, sir.
Seen you in a little while.
I don't know why it started up.
Thanks for reminding me about the strip there, Paul. Joe, what's wrong? Why are you still hurting? Good night, Joe. I guess I missed you. I'll have to call him tomorrow and see what's going on. Oh. Just getting attacked by the smoke. Alright, we're gonna try one more thing. I think we're gonna go back to the position we were in last night. It's not optimal for lighting, but geez, I can't do this smoke in my eyes all night. Well, I'm not planning on being here all night, but geez, I can't do this smoke in my eyes all night. They still hurt from yesterday. Alright, this is chair change 3. Hopefully the lighting will be good enough. I think this is going to be far enough over that I'm not going to get smoke in my face. But, you know, hey, with my luck tonight, it's going to just chase me around all night long. There we go. I think I'm almost caught up with the channel.
Oh, God.
So help me God, if the smoke gets in my face this time. There we go. So actually, let's do it. I do like you guys. Why do you think I do this? Honestly, Blue Velvet, if I didn't enjoy spending this time with you guys, I wouldn't be doing it. Hence why when my chat became toxic, I just said screw it. Me and the moderators had a conversation about what was going on. Yeah, literally. The smoke, I'm over here now. And you can see the ambers coming my direction, which means the smoke is still coming my direction. It's not quite as bad, but it is literally chasing me around. Joe's back is hurting again. That's not good. Joe's still in my chat? Thought you said good night. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying not to have the smoke in my eyes. They really got screwed up yesterday. And every time it blows in my eyes, I'm just is really causing me problems. I mean, I don't mind a campfire, but the wind is really, it won't stay in one damn direction. It keeps on shifting, so it's like weird. It's really weird.
So hungry
You're disappointed White Rabbit isn't working. I'm disappointed it isn't either. Because God, it'd be so simple if that worked. Have 180 watchers, one smoke my way. Now 147 now. Telling you to go to bed. Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's what I'm supposed to be doing, is going to bed. SoCal 10:30. Oh, I'm only 1 minute behind the chat. Safety goggles wouldn't really help. Hey, I'm caught up. Wow.
No, it's not one of those sleep streams. I'm busy. I'm doing research.
I call it a victory.
Gonna find some mods here to get in here.
Slam my chat and then put me like 20 minutes behind. Now everybody sits here and says,
I've been
"Hi,
vetting
hi,
my
hi,
mods and meeting them personally. Now it's time to just bring in the crew.
What are you guys doing now?
Bring in the cleanup crew.
You need
The hell.
you are smoke safety shield. Hey, you know, if I smoke a cigarette, it's not going into my eyes, Jeff. It's a little different. You know, a little puff of a cigarette, thanks for reminding me I wanted one, is completely different than when you're taking a face full of frickin' smoke from a campfire. Granny Sue, I thought I answered that already. I do.
Okay, careful, Karen. That makes you look like a 12-year-old.
I do have money to get home. You know, I'm not making money, but I've got enough residual income that I'm able to pay my bills. So, I mean, yeah, you know, yeah, it's a little much, but I mean, I can afford to go home. I wasn't anticipating $600 to go home though, because when I left, diesel was only like $3 a gallon.
Nah.
Definitely,
That's why.
that's okay. No, you don't have to apologize. But yeah, no, that's perfectly fine. I appreciate you asking. But no, you know, I'm not rich, but I can afford $600. A mask would do nothing for my eyes. Don't worry about it, Granny Sue. It wasn't anything. I appreciate it. No, she was probably going to offer to help me with gas. And I appreciate it, but I'm not out here trying to, you know, just like it says in Nightbot, if you guys offer and decide to give me anything, that's great. I will graciously accept whatever anybody gives me, but I'm not going to be out here begging for it.
Well, I thought y'all helped me out with some mods.
I have
Instead,
$600 to pay for
y'all
my
just
gas
want to
bill.
sit there and take pot shots and try to figure out how to troll each other.
Well, with the fact that I'm going to be putting over $1,000 some worth of tires on, that's gonna suck. That's gonna suck more than anything. My tires didn't have any cracks in them when I left, and they developed cracks between the treads on the way back here. So that's gonna suck more than gas. I should go live and see what this looks like now. Well, you guys can still see me pretty good. No, well, I haven't had the truck. I was gonna put the tires on. I'm probably gonna risk it and just go home. It's 1,000 miles. I've got a spare. I was just gonna get home because that way I can just order them online and get them installed at a reasonable price. If I buy these tires locally around here, I'm gonna end up spending probably $50 more a tire than what I could buy them online, and I need 7. So, you know, if I was super concerned, I'd get new tires. A lot of vehicles will have a little bit of cracking develop in between the treads. You know, it's not great. They've got a little bit of tread life still on them. I'm probably just gonna go home and then change them when I get home. Save a little bit of money. But I'm definitely gonna have to change them when I get home. The ambulance got a transmission, and that's the last I heard. I covered that in last night's video. We showed the video of the accident, the whole 9 yards. But yeah, I'm not really in the loop for information past the fact that I know she got the transmission put in.
Ooh, ask Eric about what's up with the ambulance.
No, I don't. I don't need tires to get home. I'll need tires probably when I get home. They're not great, but you know, I'll be able to make it home. That's fine.
What's up with Tracy's ambulance, man?
I do have $1,000 towards tires that I don't know who donated it. All I know is that Trucker G showed up with an envelope for somebody that was looking for me. So I do have $1,000 that was donated. There was a whole bunch of people that was given envelopes at one of the places we were at when we were at that little mall out in California, and somebody couldn't find me, and they gave Trucker G an envelope, and it had $1,000 in it. So I'm not completely broke on doing the tires. Yeah, it's the spare. The spare needs to be replaced too. It's a tire from 2015. You're really not supposed to run tires longer than I think 5 years or something. So it really needs to be replaced too. Last I knew, she got a transmission. That's all I know. And I'm caught up on the chat again.
Yes,
Hey, Jimbo.
C-Bands. That's exactly what I
For a
want.
little while.
Get all those mods from those other channels, get them in here, since they're already experienced at what they
Yeah,
do.
my truck's a dually. It's a 2015 Dodge Ram dually.
Oh, great.
it, or Jeff, I don't know. I mean, the guy just, Shannon Leslie just said there were some real assholes today blocking the lady with the mask as she was trying to leave. Oreo, Wiggy, Jackoff, loves the van today, star of the show, haha. You know, it's his opinion. You know, I don't care. We don't have to delete that stuff. You know, you can say that stuff. I don't really care. Yeah, no, I didn't agree with AJ being in that water tank as long as he was either. I thought that was kind of I don't need money. I've never been out here begging for money. Like I said, I've got some residual income. If somebody wants to help me out, you know, and sits here and says, "Hey, Eric, you did a good job here. Here's $20. You know, thank you for everything you did for the convoy." I'll graciously take it. But I'm not going to be out here. You know, I'll cover my tires. I didn't anticipate going to California. I didn't anticipate driving all the way back to Washington, D.C. I didn't anticipate having to put tires in the truck, but, you know, when I went to California and came back to D.C., I pretty much knew I was going to probably shoot those tires. So I'm fine with buying my own tires, you know, and I'm fine with paying for my own gas. You know, if somebody donates to me, that's out of the kindness of their heart. I'm not going to sit here and say, no, don't. But I'm also not going to be out here going, please give me, I can't get home. That's not, this is not true. I'll get home just fine.
I can't find. Oh, shit.
That sucks. Blurry B needs 150 more subs.
Here we go. Pausbrot. What does Pausbrot mean?
You know, and B, yeah, I just kind of, I want to be home for my birthday. I want to spend some time with my friends and family. You know, I want to get my semi back together. You know, and then, you know, maybe once I got my semi going, I might do some spinal on it, do my mechanic Eric America logo on it, and might start doing some of the straight skate rallies on the weekends and stuff. I don't know. That would be cool to do a reunion RV. I still would like to go to, I hear they might have pushed back the North Dakota rally with Canada back to August. It was supposed to be July 1st through the 4th, but yeah, supposedly they might be doing it in August, and I might be willing to go do that. And B, you asked what happened. Give you a little bit more of a question, so I know exactly what you're asking. What happened about? Thank you, Omar. Yes, I'm going to be streaming on the way home. I found an app that seems to work really good on streaming compared to Prism. It seems to do a really good job at somehow not buffering. And all the way out to 1776, I didn't buffer once. On the way back, I buffered like 9 times on Prism. So I don't know what voodoo magic it does, but it seems to, if the connection gets bad, it buffers it, and then somehow before the buffer ends, it gets a better connection, it starts pounding the data down, and you guys don't even see a skip. It'll even disconnect. It'll disconnect from the internet, reconnect to YouTube, and still somehow not show a buffer for you guys. It's actually really cool. I think we did kind of stop talking about AJ. Usually if you just don't talk about it, it just kind of goes away. Yeah, it is what it is.
Damn it.
That's Cliff to stop. Where's Cliff? Where's Cliff? I don't even see a Cliff. That's Cliff to stop. I don't have a Cliff in my chat. Where's your Cliff? Unless you meant Jeff. I don't even see a Cliff in my chat. I think you must have meant Jeff or something. Who's Cliff? Yeah. I think it was supposed to be Jeff. I don't know, maybe. It's the only name that's got FF in it. Freebird retracted his message. I don't know what Freebird had to say. Oh, Patabonza? Do I have a Patabonza? I don't have a Patabonza. What? I don't know. It is what it is. No Cliff. Thank you, Jimbo. I really appreciate that. It's really surprising. I don't know. The last, today? More people have been doing those super chats. I appreciate it. I'm just not used to getting them, so I don't know how to respond. But thank you.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that. I have to get back to Wisconsin, and I got to enter in a 4-digit PIN because YouTube won't send me a check for anything I've gotten in super chat until I enter a PIN in, and I don't have it with me. So, But thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, SCP, you mean? SCP is Cliff? I didn't know that was Cliff. I just knew him as SCP. So Cliff is SCP, and SCP is the guy that came from California with Bryant? I didn't know. Oh, well, with Bryant now. I don't know who Cliff is. Then maybe I don't know who Cliff is. Because I know there was somebody that was riding with Bryant from California to D.C. But if you're talking about this last time that Bryant got here, I saw Bryant today, but I didn't see who he was riding with. Not SCP. No, not SCP.
Who cares?
Okay, well, I'm not too worried about who Cliff is. He's not in here actually commenting. But I'm just gonna we're gonna stop talking about this AJ thing. I'm just gonna sit here and I'm gonna say they were trying to have a little fun with AJ. it went a little too far. They wouldn't let him out of the water tank. They kept on getting wet, and he got upset. And I don't agree with what they did. It went a little bit too far, but it is what it is. AJ was fine, happy afterwards. I mean, I spent time with him. You can see him on my stream. He was more than happy after the fact, so it wasn't something that like scarred him for life. They got a little carried away. It just is what it is. I made a comment about it. I didn't think it was right at the time, and I said it on my YouTube. Had it gone on much longer, I probably would have walked over and said, "Hey, you guys need to knock the fuck off," because I was right at that point, and they pretty much let him out at that point, so I didn't really have to intervene. But yeah, it got a little carried away. It is what it is, but it's done, it's over, the kid's fine, he's happy, he got dried off, sometimes when people are trying to have fun, they get a little carried away. So, that's all it is. That's good that Gold Shirt's getting better. Oh, Parabone. I didn't even see his comment. I didn't know he messed up my chat, so whatever the case. So, Parabone, going to your channel to try to figure out who the hell you are. Yeah, you were with the Convoy. I'm going to subscribe to you. And I just belled you. So I will check out your stuff later. I guess you were with the Convoy. I don't remember who you are, Rid, because I don't see a picture of you. But I'll check you out later, and thank you for apologizing. I don't know exactly what you did. I must have missed it. So yeah, now we're going to get off the AJ thing. Production. I've never seen you before. But welcome to the channel. Hi, Anatan. My daughter just wished me happy Father's Day. That's cool. Hold on. Ask my kid if she's actually watching my stream. Probably not. She's only really gotten to see me lately. No, Mona's truck is actually right over there. She rode with Dennis, the mayor. She rode with Dennis, the mayor, up to Buffalo, New York. I did not poll dance for anybody Crazy Robin. We didn't make a poll. You guys in that poll thing. Jeez. I'm never going to live that down. Well, thank you for coming into the chat there, Spectra Production. I like to talk to the people that watch. Well, she's in Wisconsin. She works third shift for a company. She's 19 now, so she's probably just got home from work. Yeah, I don't know. That's not really a dunk thing. It would have been better if it would have been some kind of like sprayer on the end, so you couldn't like hide and get away from it. It kind of, you could just sit forward and all the water would go down your back. It was kind of lame, in my opinion. It was cool, but it was lame. They put something on the front, so it would kind of like spray the whole thing. I'm talking about you, Emily. Talking about the work. Oh no, well it's second shift actually. Sorry, she's right. I said third shift. I was talking about second. Damn, busted me out. She's watching my stream now. I asked her if she was watching my stream, and she said no. And then she heard me talking about her.
No, I can't even do anything. It doesn't matter. I can't do anything about it.
Said David, I didn't like that either, but we're gonna go past that. I try to. I'm trying to interact with you guys. So reading the comments is interacting with you. That's unfortunately I can't have like virtual versions of you. So this is my virtual version of you guys. Chris is one of the leads, and he's good friends with me. All I say here and said was that she wished me happy Father's Day. She's texting me, and she's mad that I was talking about her. I just sat her and said that I said you were probably getting off of work, and that's why you wished me happy Father's Day. Sorry, I won't talk about you anymore. Jeez. But yes, Chris is one of the state leads for Illinois, and he's a good friend of mine. He works security with me in Hagerstown. So yeah, I'll probably come down to an Illinois rally. Appalachian Flute is with Supam up in Buffalo, New York. Well, they didn't sing at night. They sung when it got really early. Yeah, I got chewed out on Father's Day for talking about my awesome daughter. Yeah, mad at me. But, she's 19, so they're always mad at you.
Guess so.
I'm not mad. I was just wondering to not... What? Hold on. I'm not mad. I was just wondering. Can I not wonder? You can wonder.
Wait, is Janine in the chat?
Out at the shop. Think you were still in Nebraska at the time. Yeah, there were a lot of times I was stuck back working on vehicles and I didn't get to the rallies. Yeah, the birds were freaking nuts yesterday. It was insane. Oh. I wonder who else
Nah.
17 watchers. Parts bones, whatever. He's got 57. Wow. Interesting. So it's between me and you. Parts of bones. We gotta see who's gonna stay up the longest.
I don't know, man.
Okay, I won't talk about you. Travel fun. Is still alive, is he? I thought I just added him. He's not coming up on my thing. Let's see. Hold on, live. Oh, yeah, he is. 120 people watching him. Sorry, I was on the wrong page. You're right, he's live. He's got 120 people watching him. Live streaming downtown Toronto. Interesting. Cool beans.
Huh?
Interesting.
I'm not in downtown Toronto. I don't know what he says it.
Party Bonanza? What? Is that how he's pronounced? Party Bonanza. Well, thank you for correcting with the right pronunciation. I can beat you both because I don't show anything I just got. Okay.
What?
You're right behind the mirror. You're just gonna leave the stream running like so, huh? Go to sleep in the background and just let the stream go. You're right. You probably beat us both. No worries. That's funny. The couple other people that are live streaming are in my chat. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Oh boy. Parte Bonanza? I don't know. I'll get it right one of these times. I think you guys just have fun watching me try to pronounce some of these really oddball names. Ebonics is not my friend. That's where you sound words out, right? Ebonics. Is that Ebonics? I don't know. Or no. I think I said that one wrong. There's a name for when you sound out words. That's not Ebonics. I don't know. You're right. And 50 plus hour streams. It's really just a chat room. Yeah, that's true. I've seen where you just had stuff, but I've also seen where you've like played movies and there's people just chatting in the room.
Boy, somebody doesn't like boomers.
Yeah, Telescope behind the mirrors chat. He says that Jeff Ellis is a behind the mirror legend because your viewership went up like a shitload when he was in there. That's according to Telescope. I'm gonna have to figure out what episode that was that Jeff was in, and I'll have to sit down and take some time to watch it on Behind the Mirror.
That's right. I win.
Yeah, I remember the old Yahoo and AOL chat rooms.
I wore you down and you went to sleep.
And then there was
You
what the
laid
hell was
down.
it? what
That's
the hell
okay.
was
You
it?
can't hang.
God, I haven't been in one of those rooms in so damn long.
Tomorrow, when you try to get on and you try to say some hateful things, you'll encounter
another one.
the steel. The
There was a whole
mods.
bunch of those old type chat rooms.
Enjoy it. Enjoy it tonight. You guys, you can raise hell.
There was another
Do
one,
whatever.
too. I was big into chat, so yeah, I know about all that stuff. There was another one. There was another one that wasn't ICQ. That was,
You'll remember the heady days.
You had to get into the server, and it worked more like
Damn.
Teams.
I sure messed that up, didn't I? I had a part in messing that up.
Like that you had to be like
Mm.
added in or something.
And that's
I can't remember
great.
what that one's called right
But
now. God, that's so long ago.
it's short-lived.
It was
Short-lived
kinda like
victory.
TeamSpeak back in the day. IRC, that's it. IRC. Thank you. That's what it was. It was IRC. Yeah, I was big into tech. I started off playing around with a Commodore 128. IBMs, I think at the time were 360 whatever, 360s, whatever it was. I really got into computers around the Pentium 46 era. I really started building them around like the Pentium 90 when I got into computers. And I ran my own computer business. I worked for a company. We had some government contracts. I was real big into computers for a while. I still am. I run some servers and stuff. Age, sex, location. That's right, Freebird. That's what we did.
ASL.
Sex, location. That brings back some good memories. I shouldn't have spilled the beans, man. Yeah, I did Microsoft 3.1 and 3.11. Yep. I've actually got a copy of Windows 1.1 or 1.0. 1.0.
What was that other chat? I didn't have AOL. I had that other one. God, what was it? Prodigy.
ASL. I shouldn't have spilled the beans. All the youngins would have had no idea what that was. I apologize. I screwed that up.
Good old AOL chat.
We would have
Prodigy.
had 500 people sitting here. Well, we would have had 100. We would have probably had 100 people because there's 149 in here. We probably would have had 100 people sit here and go, what is ASL? Starting green screen on all units. Yeah.
Princess of Dairy Queen. Well, what freedoms do you not have? Well, where do I begin?
46, Hagerstown, male. There you go. Well, it should have been male, then Hagerstown. That's where I'm at.
Hey, look at that. Hagerstown, they're still there.
Hey, countryman,
Remember, we
how you
were
doing?
told by people like yesterday and today, like
Oh
that
my
place was
God.
like done,
Prodigy.
right? But he's still there.
Hey,
That's
did you
interesting.
guys ever hack, what was that, there was that internet service, something zero. It was zero something internet service, and if you knew how to trick the dialer, it was a dial-up service. Net zero. It cost you nothing to get dial-up service, but you had all these crappy ads. But if you knew how to, if you could find a program that would decode your password, you could directly install it into your dialer, and you could get around the actual software, and you could dial in without having to use the software. Yeah, I did the net zero thing for a while, where I'd sit here and I just, I hacked it. That was fucking hilarious. I remember that.
Have I melted my brain yet?
DSL took forever. I think we were up to Windows 98 by the time that DSL came to Wisconsin, or at least where I was living. We were on dial-up forever. Cable took forever to get. We had DSL before we had cable. Yeah. All the versions of DOS.
No, you're listening to Mechanic Eric.
Yeah.
He's sitting there at the
The youngins
AFC
don't understand that. They just get on a computer and it just works.
where
know the pain
they
of
sit there
having
and
to
they sit
call
around the
on
fire
phone
barrel.
line.
But supposedly AFC is
And then somebody's
disbanded
like,
and
I
nobody's
gotta make
there.
a phone
But
call, and you're like, well, but I'm on the internet.
I can see a bunch of tents there, so obviously people are still there. So it's not totally disbanded.
Yep. Tara, yep.
I was
Somebody
actually
call out,
there.
knock you offline.
People, I went over there, so I know of which I speak.
Yeah, they probably are going to try to beam the net into our brains.
That's
They're
why y'all,
trying to do
there's
that.
no reason to
Get,
not
like,
come down here.
RFID
If you have
chips
any
in their arms,
means
there's
to
a
come
lot of
on
things they wanna
down,
do. I wasn't listening to that.
come on down, hang out.
Forever.
It's fun.
Way out in the sticks, yeah. Yeah, there were people that had cable modems and stuff and all that stuff. Wisconsin was always the slowest to get technology. They're still way behind the
No,
curve.
Princess Dairy
Even
Queen, I
people
asked you,
that
where
have
do I
had
begin?
200 megabits forever. And Wisconsin just in the last year got up to
What do you want to talk about?
megabits on cable modems.
Property rights?
Beepers. I had a beeper. I had a
Rights?
pager.
Rights to
But I had a really cool pager because
pursuit
I
of
had a 1-800
happiness?
number.
That
So
alone,
my friends and families could
we'd
pay
go all
me
night
from
long.
anywhere for free.
If you weren't listening to the speeches tonight, I can't help you.
You can tell I'm sober and the fire is too small. Yeah. Well, I don't get drunk that
Of
often.
course,
I
that's the problem. You're happy, you're comfortable. Once you figure out that once you lose your liberties and your freedoms, the government takes them away, then you'll start hurting. Then you'll start losing that property. You'll start losing those freedoms. You'll start finding out, oh my God, you know, I really can't pay for it now. Taxes are so damn high.
I know what you're talking about when you're talking about.
That's when you start losing. You start moving out of your comfort zone. It'll happen. It'll happen like dominoes, and it'll happen very fast too.
Yeah, I remember the love line. I was
Like Ronald Reagan
I called
said.
it a few times. I have to admit, yes, DOS attacks. What was it? Port 139 on Windows
I forget
95?
exactly what
That
he
was a
said,
good
but
attack.
you know, your loss of freedoms
Kicked a few
is
people
not
off.
never more than one generation away. So you may not lose and feel the pain, but you definitely your children could.
I don't know. I was actually thinking about I'm thinking about doing a secondary YouTube channel, because the problem is that I hate to switch the stream if I'm like streaming at an event, and then I have to shut it off to do drone footage because I don't have a fancy setup where I've got like OBS where I could just drop in video from another source. I actually have to run a separate app on the same phone I stream with. So I was actually kind of thinking about
What about Michelle Saint? Why'd you at her
possibly
name?
a separate Facebook or not YouTube account or something, and then I would just do drone footage on that. That way I could keep the live going on something else, and then if I want to just do some drone footage for 30 minutes or something
never mind
for
then.
you guys can jump over there and watch that, but then come back to the original chat or whatever. I'm not sure. Oh, great. Good thing I never signed up for the 1776 restoration webpage. Susan, sorry to hear that you got that.
Well, that's what it's about, Lolo. Pursuit of happiness. That's where the meat of the
Sarah,
debate
that's funny.
begins.
Still might have your beeper and your big battery packed cell phone. You can still use 411, I think, can't you? Leisure Suit Larry, yeah. Never really got into that game, honestly.
Yeah.
I was more Command and Conquer, original GTA, GTA London, the top-down versions. Yeah. I remember the hotline. Yep. I'm so old. I still have AOL email. Oh my god.
No,
Yeah.
I don't have a
Don't you have
debate,
to,
but I'm not good at debate anyway.
Don't you have to still pay for that or something? I mean, AOL's kind of gone, or did they just give it away? I don't know how that works. I've had my email account. I've got a Hotmail account, and originally they'd stopped using that domain, and everybody else had to get MSN. So that was kind of cool. But now you can get Hotmail again, which kind of sucks because that kind of dated me. You guys are gonna make me ride the Gravitron. I won't be able to stream that. How am I gonna hold the stream when it's trying to suck me up? Oh, I just slammed into the mic. When it's trying to suck me up against the wall, you guys are gonna make me throw up. I told you I'm fat now. Sits here and the gravity pushes on my throat. It makes me nauseous. I'd have to lose a lot of weight before I could do those kind of rides again. I loved the Gravitron as a kid. I loved that any of those spinning rides, but I can't. I am not going to be going on the Gravitron. It literally just chokes me out. Commodore VIC 20 with the cassette deck before floppy drives. I had a Commodore 128 and I ended up getting the cassette drive. And I was able to run that. My Hotmail, I'd have to double check the years, but I'm pretty close. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty close to that 22 or more years with my Hotmail account.
Lolo, well, that's a red herring argument. Logical fallacy, you lose.
Pac-Man. Atari 400 was a computer? Maybe, I don't remember. I had an Atari, but I had the gaming console, which I think was, the 7600? I don't know. But I had a ColecoVision that I got from my uncle. That was even older than the Atari.
Well, Karen, that doesn't mean that you can debate.
Key West, Florida.
I'm sure, Karen,
man.
it does, but that doesn't mean you've got a quick wit either.
Man, tomorrow looking at some properties moving to Florida soon. Cool beans. Peace out there, countryman. Pong.
Countryman.
I think that was on the Atari, but I think I had a machine that did nothing but play Pong. I think I had one of those when I was a kid. Gunfighter. I think I remember it, but I don't think I played it much. Free now. He's had MSN for over 40 years. Holy crap. I should probably put another log on. I got yelled at already.
What?
1985. That might be around. I don't remember. I have to double check. I'd have to really think about it. That's pretty close. I'm not fat, I'm fun size. When you're on a gravity ride and the little gizzard stuff here is choking you out, you know, it kind of sucks. Commodore 64. I didn't have a 64, I had a 128, and it kind of sucked because there wasn't a lot of 128 software, so I always had to type Go 64 every time I wanted to run a Commodore 64 app. But I had the cool Commodore 64. I didn't have the keyboard one, I had the one that was like a traditional desktop with a detachable keyboard, so mine was cool.
I like this guy. Remember, y'all, like and subscribe and share the channel. Bring your friends. It helps the algorithm. Even the trolls do.
That's cool, Andy.
Be right back.
New Zealand. Every time you say that, I keep saying I want to go there and visit one of these days. You got to fix those countries. You and Australia. I want to visit those one day. You guys got to get out there and get all that shit straightened out. Susan, why'd you get removed for no reason? Television. Now. Yes. Yes. I remember that system. I think that might have been the ones I had. Frogger. We could do Pong on the TV. Pong was great. Yeah. Space Invaders. Yeah. Centipede. Asteroids. Frogger. Yeah. Pitfall. Yeah. Sidebar Steve. My girlfriend's uncle is one of the developers of the I needed to read it so end-to-end protocol. Interesting. Cool. I read it too fast and I was like, of the end to end, and I didn't get the end to end. I got you. That's cool. Eric wants to bring back tailgating to America. That's funny. Space Invaders. I'm trying to think what my favorite game was when I was a kid. On Atari. I enjoyed Space Invaders. I think I enjoyed Pac-Man a lot. I don't remember if Miss Pac-Man was on Atari. I think it was. I think I like Miss Pac-Man better than I like Pac-Man. Well, I know I like Miss Pac-Man better than Pac-Man, but I don't remember if I had to wait for another system or if that actually made it to Atari. Oh, when I got the Nintendo, I liked Duck Hunt. That was fun.
This guy, he's still going. You should be living for the ranch too, Princess.
Oh my God, we turned into a retro gaming site. Talk about retro gaming. Wow.
Huh? What cloud chasers? Yeah,
Yes, we did.
Lisa, that's what you're
what
right.
did we do? Every
This
day
is where
we
the mean
kicked
people
us
have
out of the house. We basically
congregated.
played till the lights came on. I mean, yeah, we didn't sit. You know, I mean, I had a an Atari, and you could only play it so much till you got bored because you get stuck at a level and you just couldn't beat it, and there was no save, and you get frustrated with it, and you just get done, and you wouldn't play it for a couple of days. And you go outside and you just be normal, you know. Raid River. I don't remember that one. But I've got a horrible memory for stuff that long ago.
That's right, Princess. I don't like all caps, so Microchip, you've been warned.
Sega, Mario
Stop
Kart, yeah.
posting in all caps. There's no reason to do that.
Oh, you're talking about the tank one, right? Are you talking about the one where you'd drive the tank? And, yeah, I don't remember what the name of that one is either. Yeah, we're showing our age here. Holy crap. Well, you guys see how old I am. But yeah, you guys are disclosing information on yourselves. Now we're knowing how old you guys are. Pitbull, Mavic Kings, yeah. Yeah. Holy crap, I caught up on the chat. Now I'm gonna fall back on the chat because I'm gonna redo some more wood on this fire. Oh. It's hard to get up when this thing's leaning down angle. Because otherwise I'm gonna get yelled at that I don't have enough fire. I'm already getting yelled at.
Microchip, stop typing in caps. Ah, shit. There goes my internet again.
Alright,
I'm
let's
so
get more
sick
wood.
of that brand.
Ooh.
Why does it do that? Piece of junk. Look at that. It just turned itself off. Pile of shit. Well, as you said, I'm sorry. I can't really argue with you. Do you really love America, Thomas? Well, then why be in here in this chat arguing with people? Microchip, stop doing it. You're doing it on purpose. That's your second warning. That's right, Karen. Real Americans treat the flag with respect. Karen, did you fight for the flag? Let's see if we got internet back. I am frustrated, Lalo, because I'm trying to find mods. It's A, I was first of all trying to charge up my batteries. B, I'm trying to find mods. And it's taken so long to charge my batteries, and then I'm not doing too well on the mod front. God damn it. No, and the reason I'm upset is this piece of shit hotspot. It turns itself off and reboots itself whenever it wants to. And I wouldn't be so annoyed about it, except it always sits there and buzzes. Like if you've got it in your pocket, it sits there and buzzes and buzzes and buzzes, and you're like, shut up. Stop buzzing. Just turn off or turn on and just stay turned on, but don't buzz. There's no way you can turn the buzzer off. Genie, I don't know what you're saying. Oh shit. Well, Steeple Rot, Native Americans have fought the highest percentage of their population has fought for this country more than any other race on the planet. So yeah, people have fought for the country. No, I don't have any pets. It's hard to see pets grow old, you know, to the point where, you know, you either have to take care of them or you have to give them away or you have to put them down. It's a hard thing. Oh, it doesn't matter what side I'm on? Okay, thank you. Well, why are you here on my channel then? If what I say doesn't matter to you, go somewhere else. Well, whoever said anything about the LBGQ society? Nobody here said it. I was watching. I didn't say anything about it. Simp. I already asked you, Karen. I said, when did you ever fight? And then you answered my question. Well, I didn't fight, but I'm here, and I don't see you here. Damn. Drink piece of America, don't lot for America, air, gas, and diesel convoy. Okay, thanks, O'Keefe. Why you say Wizzy, Lisa? Why you say Oreo? What are you saying? Triggered? No, I'm trying to get stuff done tonight before I gotta get up in the morning. Sorry if it sounds triggered, but I'm very focused tonight. Trying to get this stuff done, and I'm not getting it done. I guess tonight's a failure on my part. So yeah, I guess I'll just end this stream. Really, thank you all for joining. I'm sorry that it seems like I'm triggered and I'm not angry, but frustrated with you guys. It's not frustration. It's a driven push to get things done, and I don't have time to waste. I don't have much time here. I'm gonna be leaving. So at the end of the day, it's not that I don't care about what's going on in America, but I can only spend so much time, then I gotta go back to my goddamn job. If y'all don't care about freedom and what you've lost, you deal with it. Go off with these other people who are much more dedicated than I am. And I am just, like what you may you can label me whatever you want as a tourist or whatever, but I've got more skin in the game than most of everybody, so I'm happy in what I'm trying to do, and I'll go back to town. I'm mostly pissed off with this technology that we're dealing with here. I was so disappointed with my technology today. I charged up all my batteries, so I was all ready to go. You buy an iPhone and it's supposed to last, what they say, like 16 hours. Shit, you saw, mine barely lasted 3 hours. It died. My other iPhone, the older one, it lasted like 45 minutes and then died. And then my laptop, which is supposed to last 4 hours, it sat in my bag, and I turned it off, and it somehow turned on, and it was sitting there in my bag, just overheating. So when I brought it out, it was almost dead. I was like, great, this is God telling me, like whatever you're trying to do, I'm gonna throw wrenches in your way. And I didn't feel that bad, because there's like I said, there's 10 different streamers out there streaming stuff. So I was like, all right. I threw my shit in my bag and sat there and just, enjoyed the speeches. Who cares? Yeah, the universe, Antifa shit, it's basically one. I'm tired of, the shit. I'll go back to where I go, deal with shit in my own ways. I mean, these people here, they don't have those types of chances. They don't have those types of options. I have plenty of leeway and plenty of slack. Here's the difference between me and them. They're either in the poorhouse or 2 days away from it. I'm 6 months to a year away from it, okay? Regardless of what they say. But I have a lot of commonalities with them, more than I do the people where I live, people that I live with. That's the thing, you know. That's why I have a lot of, I built a lot of, I'm building a lot of bonds with the people here because it's more of an inclusive environment and supportive than what I get where I live, out in that cesspool called LA, Los Angeles. Steepler rot, huh? That's nice to say, but you guys play on me like I'm some 20-year-old, but I'm a lot older than most of y'all. That's right, Karen. Don't disrespect the convoy if you haven't spent a day there. Well, Karen, if you got a loving family, it's 2:45 in the a.m. You should go to sleep, spend more time with them. No, I tell you, what I've learned here is that I'm not alone. And there's people like me, and they're very friendly. Real, true friendly. Unlike what you get out in LA, just fake friendship. Or unlike what you get up in Utah, which is fake friendship. Once they find out you're not LDS, then, you're not a friend at all. But I still can't stay forever. I gotta go. But whatever. Yeah, you know a lot about meth addiction, don't you, Steeple Rot? And about cults. That's why you're telling us this stuff. It's not about living in comfort and sacrificing comfort. You're missing the point, Karen. He said fighting for freedom costs money. And if you can't afford it, then stay at home with your comfortable little life. If you don't have the type of money that some of these people have out here to spend towards freedom, then yeah, be happy at home. Live your best life, whatever. You know, that's why the founding fathers, they weren't poor people. They were, you know, people of means. And if you guys aren't those people of means, then by all means, stay at home. You know? You can't afford it. You can't afford to fight for freedom. It's a luxury. That's one of the reasons I'm here. If I didn't have the means to be out here, I'd be still at home, working a dead-end job, taking care of my kids, with an angry wife, whatever, girlfriend, whatever. And, I would be like, I ain't got the money to go out there. I can't do that, bittersweet. I can't do it. There's no way. Just like, being generous and doing mission work, fighting for God directly. If you don't have the money to be generous, then you can't do it. That's fine. God's not going to get mad at you for doing that. You're not going to hell if you can't afford to come out here and sit out here and forego some income. No, but I'll bet you do good drugs, uncontrolled substances. I really thank y'all for, caring enough to speak into the chat. It's appreciated. And FYI, tomorrow, I don't know what's going on tomorrow. I don't know if I'll even be able to wake in time for the meeting. I will. Who the hell knows what's in store for tomorrow? We'll find out. I, like everybody else, was tired as shit, but still wired, Everybody else seemed to be able to go to bed, almost outlasted everyone. I just don't think I outlasted Mechanic Eric. He might be still streaming, but my hotspot died, so I don't really know what's going on. It didn't die, but it wouldn't connect. So if they get up early and they want to go to church, I'll go to church with them. I don't care. I don't know what church it is. I'm Roman Roman Catholic, but I'm not too keen on the Catholics, man. I'm pretty angry at them. I went to Catholic church a month ago, and it sucked, man. I'm sitting there, and they come over to me, hey, you gotta wear a mask. I was like, no, thank you. He said, you have to. I was like, no, I don't. He said, it's the rules of the church. And I was like, well, it's still a free country. He goes, you're not going to wear a mask? I'm like, no. See, finally, he went away. And then, as I was sitting there in church, you know, and like a whole family came in without masks. Even the deacon up on the podium, he wasn't wearing a mask. And then another like couple of ladies, old ladies, came in from the right, and she wasn't wearing a mask. And then like a younger lady came in off the left, and she wasn't wearing a mask. And not once did the usher go and approach them. And I talked about it with my friend. He's like, well, he goes, that's the thing. He goes, you told that usher, he goes, when the dog gets smacked on the nose, he doesn't want to go back into the fight. And then I told my mom about it, and she's like, yeah. She goes, you were probably the one who, in a sense, God sent you. And because you stood up to them, and then they didn't, it helped the rest of those people. And so they didn't get accosted by that usher. And so God put you in between them and that jerk. So yeah, we still got COVID out in LA. It's bad. I mean, not COVID. We still have paranoia, fear. Yeah. All right, let me read the chat one more time, then I'm going to shut it down for the evening. There's a guy in a tent stays up till 2 and 3 a.m. Well, that's fine, but does he have to get up in the morning? Shit, I had to get up in the morning and go carry my ass down to the Planet Fitness and go take a shower. So that's fine if you don't have to do that shit. Just get up and eat breakfast and do whatever and stink all day, but I'm not like that. Not because I don't feel that's the way it is. I just can't handle being any other way. Whatever. That's a fact. Thomas O'Keefe, that's an unsupported factoid. I don't know why it doesn't contribute anything to the conversation. Plus, it's random. There was no context for what you said. Also, you with uncontrolled substances, everything you say has no context. It's just, random. Maybe that's what I'll have my mod say. Hey, if somebody says something that's random, just because it isn't offensive or anything, just delete it. Yeah, sleep well, Cappy. Alright, now you've been warned. PJ, stop talking in caps. There's no reason to yell here. He only sleeps 3 to 4 hours. See, there are some people who do that. You know, I think, was it Arnold Schwarzenegger is one of those. He only sleeps like 4 or 5 hours. And there are people like that. They can get away with that little amount of sleep. People like me, though, God, we need at least 6 or 7. And sometimes, you know, I work all week, and I wear, you know, the work week wears me out. And so that Friday night, man, some Friday nights, I need 10 hours sleep just to catch up. Yeah, some folks are night owls. I'm not a night owl, but I like the night better. Yeah, I'm sure, Thomas, $50 a post, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure he's been good so far. That has no context. Thomas O'Keefe, you're just living paycheck to paycheck, and that's fine. I'm not going to be like those streamers who like go to sleep and leave the stream on all night. I'm going to end this. Finish it up. And we'll say goodnight. Thanks. Really do thanks, y'all. It's, despite my frustration, trust me, 90% of my frustration is not with you guys. It's with the shit, you know, the bullshit that I deal with all day long, the things I deal with throughout my day, the things I deal with, you know, my own demons in my mind. But yeah, nothing extends to you guys. You might, I think some of the people who you trolls and you know who you are, you tap into my people's frustrations like that, and you think that you got me, but you don't. All you got is, you know, like a piece of the frustration that I see, and kind of like, you think you're tapping into it and getting me going, but what you're doing is you're just raising your own blood pressure, and, you know, and thinking that you're raising mine too, and it's a fallacy. See, you're there all hot-blooded and hot-headed, and I'm sitting here, I'm like, you know, I get you. I get your anger. I really do. I've been there. But I'm not there anymore. It's not important to me. As you saw when my tire blew, things don't rattle me. Any one of you, you'd have been gone crazy. You guys have been stuck for days, and it would have cost you thousands and thousands of dollars to get that fixed. But I'm past that. I know, we all got to get by. We all got to get by. But there's a difference between getting by with immorality, getting by in an immoral fashion and getting by in a godly fashion. There is a difference. Well, nobody ever said capitalism was the solution to everything. I mean, I'm not a Marxist. I'm not a communist. But what even Marx said, he says, hey, Marxism is not, the final, true economic system. Neither is capitalism. But meanwhile, in the absence of a better system, I prefer capitalism. No, it hasn't. Uncontrolled substances. Cash App is tracked, even more so than, like checks. Good old, handwritten checks. Which is funny because Europeans, they don't even believe that checks exist. They're like, why do Americans trust that this debt will be paid by a simple piece of paper with your signature on it? We're like, that's what we've, grown up. We do it all the time. Oh, okay, I get it. So Steeple, right? You're the expert on economics, and you're an actual economist, schooled through college. I get it. No, you're not. Stop representing that you are. No, it's not called dialectical materialism. Marxism is a theory. Stop using words you don't even know what they mean. Once my viewership jumps, that's when I know I've outlasted Eric the Mechanic. But it hasn't so far, so I know he must be still streaming. Really funny. But yeah, but once he's done, I bet it jumps to like 80 or 75. And I'm not waiting him out. I'm just sitting here in deep thought. God, I'm thinking about all the stuff I gotta do in the morning. That's good, hashtag. I thought I could find some in Fry TV's chat, but I can't. I looked in Fry's TV and I keep looking into the videos. It's like I see some of them, but some of them I just they're not the ones that I was looking for. Like that one person, she was like complaining. She's like, Mod Squad, it's gonna ruin your channel. I'm like, okay, well, who is the Mod Squad? Let me find out who those people are and get them as mods. Let me get them in here. You know? Jeez. Sorry to keep you all up if y'all can't sleep. It's because I can't sleep. I don't intend to do these types of streams very often either. The only reason I'm doing it tonight is, like I said, I was on a mission to find mods, so it was a lot of work sitting here. You guys are all sitting there typing away, arguing. I'm sitting in here, like looking through streamers' chats and this and that and trying to find some commonalities and things. Based on suggestions that I received today, you know, people are saying, go to so-and-so's channel, go to this and this channel. And every time I try to find the people, I can't find them. All right. The power of Chrysler compels you. That's my question. Bad day. I don't know, Lisa Hurley. Are you a mod for some other channel? Which one? You do that. You first. You've exposed yourself. Well, Lacey, you obviously haven't watched my channels live mentioned numerous times. I've never been a mod. So, right there, you kind of lost lost your qualifications. If this was a job interview, you didn't do too good. That's it, boys and girls. Have a good evening. And hopefully tomorrow I'll have more interesting stuff. But I thought today's convo was pretty damn interesting. So, Convoy both there and back. You know, you got to hear the CB and the CB chatter, and yeah, I mean, that's the main thing I wanted to show. And, you know, obviously you guys got to see, you know, listen actually firsthand to what was going on with Bryant. He saw from other streams that he's actually, you know, he's doing okay. So, no, it's not Cliffy out. I don't know what my taglines are. Work, you know, and try to figure out how to start and end my meetings. It's kind of hard to find a tagline. It's one of those things that probably comes naturally. Y'all have a good night, and we'll chat again soon, okay? All right, good night.